Right, so we're back on the Nissan Qashqai. So this is the one that, well, it was misdiagnosed, basically another garage. So they'd fitted a thermostat onto it, up on the gearbox up there. So there's a new thermostat up there, nice shiny new one. So we'll call that preventative maintenance, right? So that's all been changed, right? And you can see this, oh, my torch has went. That's okay, it's magnetised itself back on, so we'll set that back up there in the toolbox. Pause here a second. Right, so I've got the ramp up, so, right, you can see there, that's all busted inside there, right, it's all broken for whatever reason. So, we need to start there, right, so it shouldn't look like that. So I'm not sure if it's, this has been all, you can see that's all glue and stuff, and this is all glue, so it has had some sort of impact here, so whether or not that's what's done it, I don't know. It's certainly not actually clipped in there properly, it's meant to be clipped into that wee slot there, so it's probably been bashed. So we've got the vacuum bleeder there as well, so we might need to vacuum bleed this one. It says you have to, so we'll just follow the procedure. So we'll get all these lines off it, and then we'll get the new one fitted. Take out the bag and we get a wee butchers and see, because it looks like we need to swap that over. Right, so we've started that about 5-6 times. Obviously we're showing you that, right? That's, well, it's either been bashed with something or it's this bit inside's come out of it for whatever reason, no idea. So it's all clipped back in there, and like I said, we've started it about 5-6 times and doesn't seem to have brought on any engine management light. Right, we knew about this, the preheating unit, right, so the preheating unit is down behind the, so we knew that was there, we knew the codes were there, and I've seen quite a few of them with that on it, so it's that bit down there, you know, those glow plugs, so just down there you can see there's a housing, and it's got 1, 2, 3 glow plugs in it, and we checked them, we managed to get to them with the test lamp the last time it was in. You know, and we've seen that they weren't, well, I need to look at the video again, but there was definitely 1 or 2 that was definitely failed, so we'll be able to get this other wing panel put back on and get this wheel back on and get the 10mm water pump done on it now. We all need to just keep topping that off, got the vacuum bleeder there, but we'll just need to make sure it's filled at the right level and stuff like that, so sometimes be tricky, sometimes at them a few times to get them right with the vacuum bleeding. Right, vacuum filling, sorry. Just putting that back on. Well, listening to this thing running, it seems to, the idle doesn't seem consistent on it. It seems to be like it's jumped up onto a fast idle for whatever reason. So I've no idea why. I'll check again for faults, but just seemed to be that one for the preheating unit. Thermal plunger they call it. I don't know why it's called a thermal plunger, but thermal is obviously something to do with the heat, but I don't know what the plunger means. But that is what it's called, a thermal plunger. Yeah, so still just that one coming back, but we knew about that anyway, so we'll just keep a wee eye on it. We'll see how it's running. We'll see if it uses any codes, but I don't think so. One there, one there, one there. Still intact, so we can reuse them. If not, we keep bags of them. I've got the bags maybe somewhere else, but keep a big bag of assorted push clips. I'd like to try and put things back how we found them, if possible, or if better than we found it, if possible. So yeah, it seems to be some sort of idle fluctuation, but yet no faults. So we're into the Nissan Qashqai, which is basically a 1.5 DCI Renault engine. It's never had a belt before. Look at the neck of that. Right, so I knew when I seen the auxiliary belt, which is a bit shit because it's got a new alternator on it. There's point in putting a new alternator on and no changing the belt. Now you're taking it off anyway, so you save the guy the headache when it snaps on him, you know, and he's got to get recovered back because he's not got any alternator or whatever else that's doing. I don't think it's doing much aircon and alternator, but still, you know, you'll not get very far without the alternator. So yeah, we will crack on here. We'll need to get it all pinned up. It was very, very difficult to get that top cover out. There's a, on the last one I did, it didn't have AdBlue on it. This one's got AdBlue by the looks of it. So in this bit here, it was like a little plastic, it was a push clip, but it was a bolt, so you could screw the bolt out and then pop the cover off that. What the hell they decided to do there? It's like two wee tabs. Can't see them, it's underneath the mountain, but it's got like two wee little prongs, and that just shoves onto it. That was really, really difficult. This one here, even with a pick on it, right, you can see, you know, all the marks with the pick. So to lie underneath and try and get it for the bottom, you know, with a hooked pick. But Jesus, the last one, it did not take me that amount of time to get the cover off it, nowhere near. So a wee bit more difficult with AdBlue. But we'll crack on here. We'll get this bottom pulley off it. We'll get the bottom cover off it. We'll get the brace off it as well for the engine mount there, and we will get the timing belt and water. We'll get the timing belt all timed up, and then we'll get the water pump off, get that changed, and we'll get a new belt kit on it. Okay, so we're all pinned up, timed up. Put a wee paint mark on the pump as well, because the way you line them up with the belt, it does say it lines up against the bolt, but I've never ever. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's not for me anyway. Not for me. But going with that picture, it lines up with that bolt. But you use the belt. So the belt has got lines on the belts over there. So we've got a new water pump. Right, so we've got all the bolts out the old one. So changing Renault. So the last one of these we did, it was quite a cool design. The oil pump gasket and the water pump gasket were the one gasket when they were new, when it was first built. But then they had wee tabs on it, so when you bent it back and forward, it eventually just snapped off, and it allowed you to fit your new gasket without having to take the oil pump off, which good design. So hopefully this one's the same. Like it's the same kind of principle. It's hard for you guys to see in there, but that gasket looks like it was, once upon a time it was one big metal gasket, and I've put wee tabs on it so it can break off of there, so that's pretty handy. If you see the little tabs on the bottom, so little cutouts, that'll allow that to break away without changing the oil pump gasket. This one, you can see it's all crusted up. Right, so that one was in, let's see, where does this go? Aye, it was in that hole there, so you can see the water pump had just started leaking on it, You can see all the little dots of corrosion that's coolant. So I'm glad I advised this one. One bolt, you need to use the green Loctite, right? So I've got a new water pump on. We have got our inner timing case, and that's that bit I was talking about, those wee tabs. Absolute crazy idea, you know, crazy. So that goes into there, you know, and then you're fighting away at it. Same with that clip at the back, that was a nightmare. Yeah, that one, nightmare. So nearly there with this bit. Right, so new timing belt on, much better. Right, so I need to remove the pins, I need to take my Nerf disc out. It's a quality tool, that special tool. Right, this keeps your timing belt where you want it, so it doesn't slip off of that bottom gear when you're trying to manoeuvre it on. Well, it is a Nerf disc. Right, so we'll get the pins pulled out it, we'll get it rotated round, make sure everything's lining back up, no interference, all that jazz. Make sure it's all good. And then we've got the oil filter change to do. So changed there's no more engine management fault, we've changed that bit that was broke. So I think what's happened is it's the kind of plunger that's in it, I think that's come right through. So that bit in there I think has come out the back. So didn't find any corrosion anywhere. So we should hopefully have this one either MOT'd at the end of play today or tomorrow morning. I'm not sure yet. Right, so we've got this splash guard wheel alternator belt. We've got a new alternator belt because it had never been done. Right, so new alternator belt. This was its old diamond belt. Right, so never been done. Right, very poor condition. Right, been living on borrowed time, that one. Definitely. So new water pump, new timing belt, and the water pump had actually started leaking on it. So not good. Not good. So it's definitely been a part before up here anyway. This hasn't been us. That wasn't put back in, so I've put that back in. I didn't unclip that either, so I'm finding a lot of things on it that's not been put back right. You know, it's difficult to put them back right when you didn't put them, take these things apart, but you try your best. I think that goes in there. I'll have another go at that in a minute. So, but yeah, a few things like I've not taken the clip away for that, but it's not there. Oh, in fact, maybe it's meant to be down there. Right, but I didn't unclip it at all, so somebody's had it unclipped before. So we'll run it the right way now. Yeah, a few wee things that we've noticed that it's definitely had some work done. Obviously, I know they've done the thermostat there, but they probably shouldn't have. All seems well. Right, so just getting a wee look because the management light's back on. I've scanned it, it's nothing to do with the thermostat thing. It said DEF, which is your diesel exhaust fluid, but I wonder if I've had the ignition on or if I've got something unplugged still, but that's your injector. No, that's going to the NOx gas sensor, that one. I think that was all we had unplugged. It did say passed. It said the current for the so what it said was preheating unit diagnosis connection DEF thermal. Oh wait a minute. No, thermal plunger 2 relay control circuit, and then these two for the DEF, but these are passed, so we've should have a copy. Have a copy in here now. Should be there, why is it not? Oh no, that's it at the top. That is it there. So it is there, so we can clear them all. Because we changed this at the start of the week, this thermal plunger thing, whatever it is. Not the thermal plunger, that's the bit with the glow plugs. The charge cooler, low coolant, charge cooler, low temp thermostat, which is this thing, which is clearly broken. Right, not sure if it's just a common fault or it has well been damaged down there, so it could have been something to do with impact, but I doubt it. So we'll clear them all and then, well, we need to drive it up to the MOT station anyway, so we'll see, we'll check, but well, I'm pleased at least those didn't come back, so I don't see nothing unplugged, so all we've got left to do is just put the engine lid on. I did notice there's a bolt missing out of this, so we'll maybe see if we can get a bolt in that as well. But yeah, I think the customer had says, like, can you put the big bit of plastic on in the back? But it would take us an absolute age to try and make that into, it's just a sheet of plastic, try to make that into an under tray for it, because they're not flat, never flat, they're always kind of curves and bends and all sorts of jazz in them. So, but the customer had asked us to do that because you can see he's got a shiny new alternator. Right, this is a bleed screw, so that's why there's some coolant in the algae that we clean, probably put the cover on. But these are really common for alternators. I did a time belt water pump 6 years ago on one of these. There's actually a YouTube video on it, and I ended up parked the car out there, and customer says, yeah, I'll come and get it tomorrow, mate. I'm not needing it tonight. So we said, okay, no bother, we'll bring it in. So I went to bring it in, and the bloody thing, I think it started, and then it wouldn't put the handbrake off for whatever reason, and then I switched it off and it wouldn't start again. I had to charge the battery up on it, charge the battery, and we put a new battery in it the next day, and then we could see, oh, the alternator's not working, so it's probably not been water ingress or anything like that, just Scotland. Scotland, water will find a way in Scotland. So we'll get a wee scan again, just an engine. We'll enter that system. Fire it up. Right, so I don't know what D, it says passed, it says it's not current fault. There's no info on it at all. Good doke. For whatever reason that one, ignition on, engine off. Ignition's back on. Ignition on, engine off, yes. Code successfully raised. I don't know why it's there, and then it tells us it's a passcode. So it should be nothing. We've not even ran it, so we'll run it again. And then we're going home. It's like 10 to 7. 10 to 7. One guy in this morning, and then he came back this afternoon. He likes my service advisor, so does his granddaughter. And the same yesterday, guy in twice. Just for chats. This is weird, this code. I'm going to need to look into this and see. It says it's a passcode, but how can it be passed? So this we've had unplugged. Dokely, so right, I'll leave it at that now, and we'll see what it does tomorrow. We're just on our way back from MOT, so I did have an issue with this last night, but I did have to bleed it again. We had a fault code for an airlock, and the engine management light come on, so I bled it again. I had to drain it down, bled it again, and it seems to be okay so far, but we will scan it when we get back. Again, I've stopped and started it a million times before we did the coolant, so hopefully that's it, hopefully that is it, but it has been a bit of a pain. Just the cooling system, I don't know why, it's a lot of the cooling systems now on your modern vehicles, they do need the kind of vacuum filling, which is a bit of a pain sometimes. So we're back at the garage, stop start's working, so that's good. So right, so the management light seems to be staying out now, so that's a bonus. We'll just check all the levels on it. Should be all good. So all the levels seem good. That one's hot as well, so that's good. That seems to be circulating okay. And this one as well. We've bought a bleeding the two of them, to be honest with you. There's a wee bleed screw here, so we'll get the cover on it now. So that was its old belt. All the old parts for it. It's old water pump, gasket, bolt. You get a new tensioner. You don't get a new bolt for the tensioner, but that was its old belt. And that broken thermostat thing. Yeah, fun and games, man. So, there it's up there. Right, so we've rescanned for faults. Right, there's none there now, but I do expect the thermal plunger relay one. So we've driven up and down to Brigade and back because of MOT, so hopefully it stays that way. Hopefully.